Basil, how are we doing this week?
Very well, Alex. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. Another recommendation this time. A bit of an odd one, as usual. We never pick anything normal.
Yeah. It's not what we do.
We've got Mank, M-A-N-K, which is the Netflix film that
Gary
I think
Oldman.
people have been talking about a little bit with Gary Oldman. It's directed by David Fincher. He's famous for so many, everything else he's done. Social Network, Fight Club, Seven, Zodiac, Gone Girl, all of them. He's the director of this too. So Mank is about, I think his name was Herman J. Mankiewicz or something like that. He's the screenwriter for the film Citizen Kane back in the 1930s, 1940s. Citizen Kane is a film that is pretty much, some people consider it best film of all time, black and white.
There's a few fans of it.
Made by Orson Welles, yeah. So this one is about what that screenwriter has gone through to come up with this script, but also has a lot of it looks at that era and what the purpose of the big film studios were in the 1930s and 40s. So, what did you thought of it, Mr. Basil?
Well, I personally hadn't seen Citizen Kane, and as someone going into a film like Mank, not seeing Citizen Kane, I have to say I did find it a bit hard to kind of run alongside the storyline and try and understand what was going on, because it wasn't quite linear as I thought it would be. Obviously, I've watched David Fincher films before, like stuff like Fight Club and Zodiac, two of my favourite films. But it's nothing like anything he's done before. Maybe I was expecting that. So I went into the film not knowing anything really and not watching Citizen Kane. And because of this, I found it really quite difficult to understand really what was going on. I could see like it was a representation of this gentleman's life, like Mank's life, and the struggles with it and what have you. So I kind of had to appreciate the film from how it looked and the acting really, because as far as the storyline went, obviously we had a conversation before we started filming. I found it a little bit hard to understand from the face of it, personally.
Yeah, so I agree. So just some background into what it is. Citizen Kane at the time was very controversial because it was a very good film. Orson Welles, the director at the time, was up and coming, and it proved to be, again, one of the geniuses of its time from a directing point of view. But the actual story is about this media mogul and in Citizen Kane, and what he has to go through, how much he has to sacrifice to get on top of the media environment and the business, to become a really big person. It's almost like Murdoch these days, to be honest. But at the time, the most powerful person in media was Hearst, William Hearst, which is it was really, really powerful, so powerful that he could influence people's opinions and politics and things like that. And the screenwriter Mank, in real life, was good friends with William Hearst. And the fact that he's made the film, that he's written the script for Citizen Kane with him, without naming him directly, but with him at the center, obviously outside the film, stirred a lot of controversy and ruined a lot of relationships. On top of Mank's alcoholism, and he was always a social critic and always against things, and even though he was a brilliant person. So that's sort of where this movie takes place. And instead of following the big media mogul, it follows Mank, which is almost like an outsider to this industry because of he's sticking up to his ideals and things like that. So it's really interesting. But like you said, the way the Mank, the film, is made to look like it was made in the 30s.
Yeah, so straight from the 1930s.
And it's amazing.
Man,
It's amazing the technical stuff, how they did this stuff. It's like the director found the a film roll in his grandfather's attic and watched it. That's how it looks
It's a
like.
good way of putting it.
From-
like I think you said, it's kind of that like fuzzy kind of oversound to the audio, isn't there? Which makes it look like, you know, makes it sound like you've got an old scratched film or something like that. And then the actual visuals from it, you'll see flickers of black here and there and like a graininess sort to it.
And what do you call it in the corner of the screen?
It looks like a cigarette.
The cigarette, but like
yeah.
you said, the cigarette, yeah, even the noise and everything, and the way it's the sound, the voices, they're warm. It's like they use the old microphones, and it's unbelievable how it looks
all
like.
this
And
is
how
on
well it's made.
purpose as well. This isn't easy
It's on
to
purpose.
achieve, is
Yes,
it?
yeah. Because apparently they filmed in 8K quality and downgraded the quality to make it look like a 1930s film, which is just that passion for doing it is very well. But like you said, you have to go with a bit of a homework before you see it, because there's a lot of terminology and a lot of back story to it, and also a lot of hints in the film. So there's clues in there that look like Citizen Kane, you know, the house of Hearst and the way it's edited and the way it's transitioned from one scene to another, that looks like it's taken from Citizen Kane. So it's very good from there. But it has this message about how impactful the media is.
Yeah.
It was back then in the 30s, and now in
how it can be the same today, pretty much. You know, it's
Exactly.
weird. It's weird it being on a Netflix production as well, because I feel like a lot of people will be going in watching this film with no like knowledge of what it's about or anything, and it's like I feel like, you know, with knowledge of what you've said, I think I'd want to watch Citizen Kane and then maybe give this another chance.
Absolutely.
Really,
Absolutely.
because I feel coming away
It's good.
from it, I had a disappointed feeling.
Citizen Kane is. I feel like Citizen Kane is a classic that I would rewatch anytime because of the way. I mean, it is a classic, and I liked a lot. It's something that you watch all the time, but it definitely changes this film if you know what Citizen Kane is about. Especially if you've seen it recently, you'll be like, "Oh, hold on, this is from Citizen Kane. Oh, the house looks like that," and things like that.
So can I ask you, Ben, as far as rewatchable value goes, like right now, I'd say no, but for yourself, what would you say to this film?
I would watch it, and maybe maybe rewatch Citizen Kane myself once and watch this one again.
Yeah,
it'll probably make sense even more. Yeah. And I would have gone to the cinema too if it was running in cinemas.
Yeah,
but,
I think it would have been.
I think the going to the cinema is just because of the artists behind it, from the director to Gary Oldman. Charles Dance is in it, the actor that we've seen in Game of Thrones, Lannister, head of the family. Lily Collins. There's a lot of actors in there that are good, and that would just sell it for me, to be honest. If it was to answer the spoiler-heavy question, just anybody that wants to see it, stop here and come back after you've seen it.
Yeah, the scene that summarised it most. I mean, I don't even know how to answer that. I'll let you answer first, and then I'll give.
Yeah,
my
so I think I know I understand that it's different the way you've seen it from how I've seen it, but that there's a monologue at the end by Gary Oldman that he gives to his audience is William Hearst, the media mogul, and everybody else is cronies around the dinner table, basically. And he just goes at him for about 5 minutes, explaining how bad the fact that he's impacting politics with his media empire, how bad it can be on society. And that's
like
just
he shouldn't be able to do that, really.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in a position to do that as a one person to be basically there. But yeah, no, really, I enjoyed it. Not David Fincher's best, but definitely worth seeing.
Yeah, well, as you say, it's not his best, definitely. I mean, I'm even with maybe watching Citizen Kane and then watching this, I still think I would have enjoyed like Zodiac more, for instance. But always willing to watch something new. As far as scenes go, I mean, I wouldn't say it summarised it best, but I think I just like that scene. It's about middle of the film, where they're all in that kind of mansion. I'm not sure whose house it is, and they're kind of talking.
It's like a club, like a
it's like a
club,
bar or a club, yeah. And they're all kind of talking about how political things are getting and how the media influences that, and Hitler's mentioned and stuff like that. I just thought that scene was good because of the dialogue and the way it was, but I wouldn't say it summed up the film. I just enjoyed that scene the most.
That's fine. Cool. So it's Mank is on Netflix. Is rated 12, so it's not violent or anything. It's just a lot of drinking, and that's it. And then
old school drinking.
That's good, exactly. So we'll talk next week, Basil. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, man.
Cool.
Take care.
Have a good one, man.
Bye.
See you later. Bye bye.